Ladies and gentlemen, silence holds a power that words can never match. You speak not with your lips, but with your very being. The world does not respond to what you say, it responds to what you are. You have been told that if you ask, you shall receive. But asking alone is not enough, for asking implies that you do not yet have. And if you believe you do not have, you will continue to not have. Instead, you must become the thing you seek. You must embody the desire as already fulfilled. Words are nothing more than sounds, symbols we use to communicate thoughts. But beyond the surface, beyond language itself, there exists a far greater force, one that shapes your world without the need for speech. This force is your vibration, your inner state of being. The truth is, life does not respond to what you say. It does not listen to your requests, nor does it obey the declarations you make with your lip. Life responds only to what you are, to the frequency you hold within. Every moment of your existence, you are vibrating at a certain frequency. This vibration is the sum of your emotions, beliefs, and inner convictions. It is a silent language that the universe understands without question. You can stand before a mirror and affirm, I am successful, I am wealthy, I am loved, but if deep down you feel poor, unworthy, or doubtful, those words carry no power. The vibration of lack, insecurity, and doubt overrides anything you verbally express. The world is not deceived by words, it is shaped by the energy behind them. This is why two people can say the same thing and experience completely different results. One may say, I am abundant, and abundance flows into their life. Another may say the exact same words, but remain in financial struggle. The difference is not in the words themselves, but in the state of being from which they are spoken. The first person knows they are abundant. They feel it deeply as an unshakable truth. The second person, though speaking the same words, vibrates with lack and uncertainty, and so lack is what they continue to experience. Consider a magnet. It does not chase after metal. It does not call out or plead for objects to be drawn to it. It simply is, radiating its natural force, effortlessly pulling toward it that which matches its energy. This is the way of the universe. The law of vibration is not a philosophy, it is the fundamental structure of reality. Just as the frequency of a radio station determines the music you hear, your internal vibration determines the life you live. You cannot say one thing while feeling another and expect the universe to listen to your words over your energy. It does not work that way. If you desire change, do not attempt to manipulate your circumstances through speech alone. Instead, shift your vibration. Speak with the silent authority of knowing. Feel yourself already in possession of what you seek. Do not ask, become, do not beg, assume. This is the key to effortless manifestation. Words may be useful in directing your mind, but they are powerless unless they align with the feeling of already having. Your vibration is the command. Your words are merely an echo. And when you understand this, you will no longer waste energy trying to convince life to give you what you want. Instead, you will simply align yourself with the state of already having it, and the universe will mirror that reality back to you. Master this, and you will speak far more powerfully than words ever could. The world you experience is not separate from you. It is a mirror, reflecting your inner state. Every event, every circumstance, every interaction is simply an outward projection of what you carry within. If you wish to change your life, you do not start by forcing the outer world to bend to your will. Instead, you shift your inner state, your assumptions, your deeply held beliefs, because it is these that shape everything you see. Assumption is the key to creation. What you assume to be true, whether consciously or unconsciously, becomes the foundation upon which your reality is built. If you assume yourself to be poor, lacking, or unworthy, life will arrange itself to confirm that assumption. It is not because the world is against you, it is because the world is responding to you. It has no choice but to reflect back to you the truth you accept as your own. Look closely at your life. Do you see patterns repeating? Do you find yourself facing the same struggles, encountering the same types of people, experiencing the same types of people? This is not coincidence. It is the result of the assumptions you carry deep within you. You may desire change, you may wish for abundance, success, love, or happiness, But if your underlying assumption contradicts that desire, your world cannot reflect it back to you. This is why effort alone is not enough. Many people work tirelessly, striving for success, pushing against resistance, yet they remain stuck in the same place. They do not realize that their external efforts are being overpowered by their internal assumptions. A person who assumes they are always struggling will continue to struggle, no matter how hard they try to change their circumstances. A person who assumes love is difficult to find will continue to experience loneliness, regardless of how many relationships they pursue. The secret, then, is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you want success, do not wait for external proof. Assume you are already successful. If you seek love, assume that love is already yours. The moment you embody this assumption, you shift your vibration, and the world has no choice but to respond. The outer world must conform to the inner world, for it is nothing more than its reflection. This is not about pretending or deceiving yourself. It is about realizing that reality is fluid, shaped by consciousness. What you accept as true in your mind becomes true in your experience. You do not need to know how it will happen, nor do you need to force it. Your only task is to dwell in the feeling of already having what you seek. Once you do, events will unfold in ways you could never have planned. Opportunities will arise, people will enter your life, circumstances will shift, all aligning perfectly with the assumption you hold. Fear and hesitation only arise when you assume you don't have what you want. The moment you fully embody the assumption of already having, those lower vibrations vanish. You no longer look for evidence in the outside world because you know it is already done, and as surely as the sun rises, your world will reflect this truth. There is no force outside of you controlling your destiny. The only force shaping your life is the one within you, the assumptions you hold, the vibrations you emit. Master these and you will master life itself. The mistake most people make is believing that they must ask, plead, or struggle to receive what they desire. They believe that if they just say the right words or make the right request, life will grant them what they seek. But in this very act of asking, they unknowingly reinforce the state of not having. When you ask for something, you affirm to yourself and the universe that it is missing from your life. And as long as you continue to ask, you will continue to experience that absence. The key to receiving is not in asking, it is in being. You do not need to convince the universe to give you what you desire. The universe is always responding to you, but it responds to what you are, not what you say you want. If you desire wealth, you must not focus on wanting wealth. You must shift into the state of being wealthy. If you desire love, you must not search desperately for it. You must assume the vibration of already being loved. This is the difference between those who seem to manifest effortlessly and those who struggle. Those who manifest with ease do not beg for their desires to be fulfilled. They do not see themselves as lacking. Instead, they embody the energy of already having, already being, already experiencing the fulfillment of their wishes. They walk, talk, and think from the end result, as if their desires are already reality. And because they hold this inner certainty, their external world reshapes itself to match. Consider how life unfolds for those who know they are successful. They do not second-guess whether opportunities will come. They do not worry about lack. They carry themselves with the confidence of someone who expects success, and because they expect it, it naturally flows into their lives. On the other hand, those who are constantly chasing success often find that it remains just out of reach, not because they are not working hard enough, but because their very pursuit affirms that they do not yet have what they seek. The same applies to love. A person who feels loved and cherished, even when physically alone, will naturally attract loving relationships. Their vibration sends out the signal that love is already present, and the universe must respond in kind. But a person who desperately seeks love, who fears being alone, who constantly wonders why they are unloved, will continue to experience that same loneliness. The universe does not respond to words, it responds to the energy behind them. You must begin to embody your desires before they appear in your reality. If you want to be wealthy, do not focus on needing more money. Focus on the feeling of financial ease and security. If you want better health, do not dwell on sickness. Feel the vitality and strength of being perfectly well. If you want success, do not keep wishing for it. Assume the mindset of someone who has already achieved it. This is not a game of pretending or faking. It is about shifting your state of being to align with the life you wish to experience. The moment you become that which you seek, your external reality begins to transform. The people, events, and opportunities necessary for your desires to manifest will be drawn to you effortlessly, not because you ask, but because you became. So stop asking, stop waiting, stop searching outside of yourself for something that must first be created within. Assume the state, feel the reality of your desire as already fulfilled, and watch as life mirrors that truth back to you. You are not separate from what you seek. You are it. And when you embrace this, you will no longer wonder when your desires will manifest, because you will know that they already exist within you. You are always communicating, even when you say nothing at all. Your words may be silent, but your energy speaks volumes. Every thought you entertain, every feeling you hold, and every belief you embody radiates outward, influencing the world around you. People respond not to what you say, but to the silent transmission of your vibration. You cannot hide your true state because it is constantly being broadcasted. Think of a room filled with people. You have likely experienced moments where someone walks in, and without a single word, their presence shifts the atmosphere. They may carry a sense of confidence, peace, or authority, and immediately others take notice. Likewise, you have encountered individuals whose energy feels heavy, uncertain, or anxious, and without them even speaking, you can sense it. This is the silent transmission of vibration at work. Words are unnecessary. The energy does all the speaking. This is why people who deeply believe in themselves rarely need to prove anything to others. Their vibration does the work for them. They do not have to convince anyone of their worth, because their silent confidence is felt by all who encounter them. The opposite is also true. Someone may speak of success, happiness, or abundance, but if their energy carries doubt, lack, or insecurity, others will sense the contradiction. The world does not respond to spoken words, it responds to the feeling behind them. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you wish to attract love, you do not need to chase it. Love is not something you search for, it is something you become. When you embody the feeling of being loved, cherished, and valued, others instinctively treat you in that way. They are responding not to your requests, but to the unshakable truth you carry within you. If, on the other hand, you fear rejection and feel unworthy, no amount of spoken affirmations can override the energy you emit. The key to changing your external world is not in persuading or explaining, it is in shifting your internal state. When you master your inner world, the outer world conforms. Those who understand this do not waste time trying to convince others. They do not seek approval or validation. Instead, they become magnetic, drawing to them the very experiences that match their vibration. Imagine two people in a business setting. One person desperately tries to impress, explaining why they are worthy of an opportunity. Their words may be well crafted, but if their energy carries uncertainty or neediness, it will be felt. The other person, however, walks into the room already knowing they belong. They do not seek approval because they have already given it to themselves. Without saying much, they command attention, and others naturally respect and acknowledge their value. This is the difference between speaking with words and speaking with vibration. If you wish to influence your reality, you must first influence yourself. You must become so anchored in your desired state that it speaks for you. Instead of trying to convince the world that you are successful, become the person who knows they are. Instead of asking for love, step into the vibration of being deeply loved. Instead of explaining why you deserve something, assume that it is already yours. The world will respond accordingly. Master this silent transmission, and you will find that effort is no longer necessary. You will no longer feel the need to push, chase, or struggle. Instead, opportunities will gravitate toward you. Relationships will unfold naturally, and circumstances will align in ways that once seemed impossible. Not because you spoke the right words, but because you became the right vibration. You are always speaking, even when your lips are still. And once you understand this, you will no longer waste energy explaining or proving. You will simply be, and the universe will listen. You are the cause of everything you experience, not your words, not your efforts, but the silent energy you carry within. Life does not respond to what you say, it responds to what you are. When you understand this, you stop looking outside of yourself for change. You no longer ask, plead, or chase. Instead, you align your vibration with the reality you seek, knowing that the world must conform to your inner state. You assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, not as a hopeful desire, but as a present truth. There is no need to struggle, no need to explain, no need to convince. Your vibration is your greatest power. Speak less, feel more. Ask less, be more. When you embody the energy of what you desire, life mirrors it back to you effortlessly. Master this truth, and you will move through the world with quiet confidence, knowing that everything you seek is already within you, waiting for you to claim it.